Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a time in life when we realize that the greatest asset we will ever own is not our house, not our car, not our wealth, not our possessions, but our very own self. The world tells us to invest in businesses and properties and relationships, but often forgets to remind us that the most valuable investment lies in the person staring back at us in the mirror. When you choose to nurture your mind, polish your skills, and strengthen your character, you create a ripple effect that transforms not only your life but the lives of those around you. Today, I want to share with you why investing in yourself brings the greatest return and how each small effort towards your growth becomes a lifelong dividend of success, fulfillment, and peace. Your mind is your greatest wealth. A mind is like fertile soil. What you plant in it grows, multiplies, and eventually becomes the reality of your life. If you plant fear, it grows limitations. If you plant doubt, it grows barriers. But if you plant courage, knowledge, and wisdom, it grows possibilities you never imagined before. This is why nurturing your mind is the first and most important investment you can ever make. Every book you read is like a window that opens into a new world. Every idea you explore becomes a bridge to new opportunities. And every thought you choose to believe either chains you down or sets you free. When you choose to feed your mind with positivity, inspiration, and growth, you create a treasure chest within you that no one can steal. There will always be people who underestimate the power of thoughts. But the truth is, every invention that changed the world was once just a thought. The airplane was a thought before it took flight. Electricity was a thought before it lit the world. And freedom itself was a thought before it became a movement. It all began in the human mind. So, when you choose to invest in your mind by reading, learning, questioning, reflecting, you are not just growing smarter, you are expanding your destiny. A sharp mind does not fear obstacles because it knows how to turn them into stepping stones. A trained mind does not collapse under pressure because it knows how to create solutions. The most beautiful thing about investing in your mind is that growth is permanent. Once your mind expands, it never shrinks back to its old size. Once you see the world through a broader perspective, you cannot go back to ignorance. That is why the return on mental growth is eternal. And the truth is, when your mind grows, your entire life grows with it. Your relationships improve because you understand better. Your work excels because you think better. Your confidence rises because you believe better. Everything begins with the quality of thoughts you nurture. That is why your mind is your greatest wealth. And every time you choose to invest in it, you multiply the returns in ways no material wealth ever could. Health is the true currency of life. There are people who spend their entire lives chasing money, only to spend all of that money later trying to buy back their health. But the truth is, health is not something you can buy once it is lost. It is something you must protect and invest in every single day. Your body is your true home, and if you don't take care of it, everything else you build will eventually collapse. Health is not about looking perfect. It is about feeling alive. It is about having the energy to wake up every morning with a spark in your eyes and the strength to chase your dreams without breaking under the weight of exhaustion. Health is the foundation upon which everything else in life stands, because without it, even success tastes empty. When you choose to eat nourishing food, you are not just filling your stomach, you are fueling your future. When you choose to move your body, you are not just exercising, you are empowering yourself with vitality. When you choose to rest, you are not being lazy, you are giving your body the gift of recovery it deserves. Every small choice becomes a long-term investment. People often underestimate the importance of health until it is gone. But when illness strikes, suddenly everything else loses its meaning. The career, the money, the fame, all of it fades into the background. Because what you crave most is the ability to breathe freely, to walk without pain, to live without limits. That is when the truth hits. Health was the real wealth all along. A strong body creates a strong spirit. When you feel good physically, you naturally feel good emotionally. Your mood lifts, your confidence grows, and your productivity skyrockets. You are not weighed down by fatigue, but uplifted by energy that inspires you to move forward. And when you invest in your health, you are not just investing for yourself, you are investing for your loved ones too. Because your strength becomes their support. Your wellness becomes their peace of mind, and your vitality becomes their joy. Taking care of yourself is the greatest gift you can give to those who love you. That is why health is the true currency of life. It pays you back in years of energy, in moments of joy, and in a lifetime of strength. Skills are your silent superpower. We live in a world where everything changes, jobs evolve, industries shift, technologies replace old methods. But there is one thing that can never be taken away from you: your skills. Skills are the invisible armor you carry with you everywhere, and the more you sharpen them, the stronger you become in every battlefield of life. When you invest in learning a new skill, you are giving yourself an edge that no one can dull. It could be as small as learning how to speak better, or as grand as mastering a craft that transforms your career. No matter what the skill is, it becomes your silent superpower, a force that speaks for you even before you open your mouth. Skills give you independence. They free you from depending on others for opportunities. When you know how to create, how to solve, how to adapt, you stop waiting for chances and start building them. You become a source of value, and people are naturally drawn to those who bring value. The beauty of skills is that they don't just empower you, they also create impact around you. A skilled doctor heals lives. A skilled teacher shapes futures. A skilled artist touches hearts. Whatever skill you nurture, it becomes a tool that not only uplifts you but also contributes to the world in ways you may never even realize. And the more you practice, the more your confidence grows. Every time you refine your abilities, you silence the voice of doubt that says you are not good enough. Because skills don't lie, they reflect your effort, your persistence, your dedication. And no one can argue with results. Unlike material possessions that can be lost or stolen, skills are forever yours. They grow with you, travel with you, and open doors wherever you go. They are the seeds of self-reliance that bloom into forests of opportunities. That is why skills are your silent superpower. They may not always be visible, but they always speak the loudest when the world puts you to the test. Self-worth defines your value in the world. The way you see yourself is the way the world learns to see you. If you believe you are not worthy, the world mirrors that belief. If you believe you are valuable, the world begins to treat you with the respect you carry within yourself. That is why investing in your self-worth is one of the most powerful investments you will ever make. Self-worth is not about being perfect. It is about embracing your imperfections as part of your beauty. It is about looking at your scars, your failures, your struggles, and still saying, I am enough. Because the truth is, your worth does not decrease because of someone's inability to see it. Your worth remains constant, even when the world doubts it. When you set boundaries, you are teaching people how to treat you. When you refuse to settle for less, you are showing the world that you know your value. When you stop seeking validation outside, you are telling yourself that your worth comes from within, not from applause, not from approval, but from self-belief. There will always be voices that try to pull you down, that tell you you're not capable, not deserving, not enough. But when you invest in your self-worth, those voices lose their power. Because you know who you are, and you no longer need permission to shine. Self-worth is not loud, it is quiet strength. It is the ability to walk away from what does not serve you, and the courage to stand for what uplifts you. It is the resilience that keeps you steady in storms and the grace that keeps you humble in success. And when you value yourself, you inspire others to do the same. Your confidence becomes a mirror for those around you, reminding them that they too have a light within them that deserves to shine. Your self-worth becomes a chain reaction of empowerment. That is why self-worth defines your value in the world, because until you see it in yourself, the world will never recognize it. Time spent on growth pays lifelong dividends. Time is the one currency that can never be earned back once it is spent. And yet, so often, we waste it on things that do not matter, people who do not care, and habits that do not serve us. The truth is, the way you invest your time determines the life you create. Every second is either building you or breaking you. When you choose to spend your time on learning, you are compounding knowledge. When you spend it on practicing, you are compounding skill. When you spend it on reflection, you are compounding wisdom. These investments may not pay instantly, but over time, they create exponential growth that transforms your entire future. Time invested in yourself never goes to waste. The hours you spend reading today prepare you for opportunities tomorrow. The discipline you practice today builds the resilience you need tomorrow. The self-care you give yourself today ensures you have the strength to chase your dreams tomorrow. Time compounds, just like money, but its returns are far greater. And unlike material investments that can fluctuate, the growth you build through time only increases with age. Wisdom deepens, experience enriches, character strengthens. You become a version of yourself that no shortcuts could ever create. When you give your time to growth, you are silently building a foundation no one can see yet. But one day, when life tests you, that foundation will stand tall. You will realize that every hour spent wisely has become your shield, your ladder, and your wings. And the beauty of this investment is that it never ends. Growth is a lifelong journey. No matter where you reach, there is always more to learn, more to evolve, more to become. That is what makes life meaningful. The constant possibility of becoming better than you were yesterday. That is why time spent on growth pays lifelong dividends. It is the only investment that grows with you, stays with you, and defines the legacy you leave behind. At the end of the day, life is not measured by how much you own, but by how much you grow. The houses, the cars, the applause, they will all fade with time. But the strength of your mind, the vitality of your body, the power of your skills, the depth of your self-worth, and the wisdom gained from the time you invested in yourself, these are treasures that stay with you forever. Investing in yourself is not just about success. It is about becoming whole, becoming resilient, and becoming a source of light in a world that often forgets the value of inner growth. When you choose to nurture yourself, you are not only building a brighter future for you, but you are also creating ripples that touch everyone around you. Your strength becomes someone's inspiration. Your health becomes someone's comfort. Your skills become someone's hope. Your self-worth becomes someone's lesson. And your growth becomes someone's reminder that life is about progress, not perfection. The greatest return you will ever receive is the version of yourself that rises stronger, wiser, and braver with every investment you make within.